movies. They want to keep pumping out the originals. I mean, you got to give the fans what they
I
want.
don't know about that anymore. Yeah.
I mean, it seems like for a little bit it was Inside Out, The Good Dinosaur, but now it seems Incredibles 2, Toy Story 4. They're going
I mean,
back
well,
to
around that time they had Finding Dory as well.
That's
So,
true. So yeah, they're
and
going
plus
back to their hits.
Cars.
But Finding Dory and Incredibles 2, I enjoyed both of those extensively. So Toy Story 4, why not make a fourth one? Was there any need to? Not necessarily, but let's put another one out there because I mean, it doesn't seem like it's going to fail at this point.
Definitely, it's gonna make its money back on the first weekend.
Absolutely. All right, Toy Story 4 stars, Tom Hanks and Woody Allen, and it is directed by Josh Cooley, and it comes out June 21st. All
Did you
right.
say Woody Allen?
Did I say Woody Allen?
Tim Allen, right?
Tim Allen. Jesus Christ. That's completely my fault. Uh, moving on to our next TV spots, we have a TV spot for Us. Now, Us is the second film directed by Jordan Peele. His first one being Get Out, coming out, was that 2017, right?
I believe so. I'll fact check for that.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure it was 2017 because it was
Yeah.
nominated last year. Second film of Jordan Peele. His first one was a smash hit. He was nominated for Best Director. It was nominated for Best Picture, and it won Best Original Screenplay. Am I right in that?
I believe you are correct.
Yeah, and so Us seems like the first movie from Jordan Peele, Get Out, seemed more commentarical, if that's a word. We had elements of horror, we had elements of thriller, even elements of dark comedy. This one seems like a straight horror film. So
Well,
Mike,
there's definitely going to be some social commentary in
there
this movie.
there will. That's what
if
I'm excited about. But Mike, after watching this spot, what did you take away?
I think I actually took away that the fact that there's going to be a lot of social commentary just by watching it. I don't know what it is yet, so I'm not going to really talk about it. But it's definitely it definitely caught my eye. I know blasphemous. I have not seen Get Out yet,
Mike, you're killing me.
but I will definitely try to see it before Us and hopefully watch Us as well. But it definitely looks good, and he's proved himself. So I'm definitely looking forward to this. I don't think he could make a bad movie after Get Out.
Yeah, I like what you said about the social commentary aspect, as it's not obvious in the trailer. And Get Out, the social commentary was pretty obvious after watching the movie, going back and revisiting the trailer. This one, I like the idea that it'll be obvious once we see the movie, but it's so hard to predict the mind of Jordan Peele. He's a magician with these kind of movies. We also saw him use his magical powers during the Super Bowl when he interrupted the broadcast to give us an ad for the Twilight Zone reboot that's going to be on CBS's streaming service. While I shun the fact of another streaming service, I am so excited for a Jordan Peele Twilight Zone reboot. Like,
very worried about that series. Very worried.
And
Not for the reasons that you think.
Why is that?
It's on CBS All Access. I don't think anyone's going to watch it on that. If it was on Netflix, it'd be a hit. But Netflix has Black Mirror. I bet the show is going to be great, but I do not think it's going to get the viewership it deserves.
But even if it doesn't get the viewership it deserves, at the end of the day, don't you just want good television?
Sorry.
Did you not
get that?
I was saying at the end of the day, don't you just want, even if it's not getting the viewership it deserves, it's a streaming service. So the money he makes is going to be like immediately what he gets from CBS.
Yeah, that's true.
So, yeah, didn't want to get too far into the Twilight Zone and want to focus more on Us. But what we saw in this trailer seems very similar images to what we saw in the full trailer. And that we have the family and they're being hunted by themselves in all red jumpsuits. And it's very creepy. We have those long scissors that seem to be a big image in this one. Those might be what the teacup and the spoon was to Get Out. I know Mike doesn't get that reference because he hates Jordan Peele and won't watch his movie.
That's not true.
I know. I'm just teasing you. But yeah, Jordan Peele is a wizard with imagery. He had a lot of great stuff in Get Out, stuff that makes you want to go see it multiple times so you catch everything. So Us stars Winston Duke and Lupita Nyong'o, and it's directed by Jordan Peele, as I said so many times, and it comes out March 22nd. All right, we're going to move on to our final TV spot before we get into our two full trailers, and that is for Captain Marvel. Now, Mike, Captain Marvel has notoriously been putting out lackluster ads, lackluster trailers for a few months now, leading up to its March 8th release. Did this TV spot change any of that for you?
I think it did. It definitely seemed more interesting, more eye-catching than the other ones. Not the other ones weren't eye-catching. It's they're introducing another new character, and when's the last time they've done that? It was Black Panther, correct?
Yeah.
So, not even with Black Panther. Black Panther was in Civil War, so this is the first time since Ant-Man, most likely, right?
Doctor Strange.
Doctor Strange, rather. Yeah. So, it definitely, it takes some getting used to, a new person, if especially people who are not as deep into the comics as some others are. But I definitely think this trailer was much more easier to swallow for some people. It had more action, and it was just more interesting.
All right. My big takeaway from this trailer is the voice acting of Brie Larson. Now, we cannot deny the fact that she is an Oscar-winning actress. She won Best Actress for Room a few years ago at the Golden Globes. Not the Golden Globes, excuse me, the Academy Awards. I got my alliteration mixed up. But in this trailer, TV spot, similar to the Civil War TV spot from a few years ago when they all chant, "United, we stand." Then it transitions to "Divided, we fall, divided, we fall." Except that was a chant of a group of people who were conveying this army-like emotion. Here we have her go higher, further, faster, and she repeats that twice. And while it seems so petty to critique that, she's had these lines in past trailers, the ones like, "I'm not gonna fight your war, I'm gonna end it," and just the delivery is just abysmal. I'm sorry, I want to like this movie, I want to support all Marvel movies, and I'm gonna be first in line to see this movie at the end of the day. We're gonna see the origin of the pager, we're gonna see the origin of how Nick Fury lost his eye, we're gonna get Phil Coulson back, the Skrulls, so much cool stuff is gonna come, and you can never judge a movie before it comes out by its trailers, but just right now, the line delivery, I do not want Brie Larson to treat this movie as a paycheck, but right now, it's hard for me to believe otherwise.
Yeah, I see what you mean. I don't think she's going to be treating it like a paycheck. I think she's definitely very into the role. I guess dramatic acting and superhero acting are very different. I mean, maybe she's not used to it. Maybe it's a little tricky for her. I don't know. But I think once the movie's out, it'll be fine. I don't think it's going to be bad. It can't be bad.
I mean, just comparing the two Marvel TV spots we got with their voiceovers, we have Chris Evans as Captain America showing so much emotion in the line, "Some people move on, but not us." In that one line, you can tell the frustration, you can tell the preparation they have, you can tell the anger they have towards Thanos, you can tell how he's ready to reverse this, he's not ready to give up. And while Captain Marvel is only saying higher, further, faster, it's not like a full sentence, it's supposed to just be like a motivational thing. Maybe it's not supposed to convey a lot of emotion, but it just seems too fake. And when we do our Captain Marvel review, I want you to tell me how wrong I was. I want to admit how wrong I was. But as of right now, we are a month away from Captain Marvel. There was one TV spot I enjoyed. I will give it that. Not this one. There was one a few ones ago. I think it was released on their Instagram, and I really enjoyed that one. I was like, all right, Captain Marvel, like maybe just they've had trouble cutting together trailers. Studios have trouble cutting together trailers all the time, but this one did not up my anticipation. March 8th, Captain Marvel comes out, changed my mind. I want this to be good, but just the delivery of the lines right now, it's just not doing it for me, Mike.
I mean, I hope I'm right. I'm not too worried about it. Usually, once the movie is in full motion, everything fits where it belongs. I mean, sometimes lines can be quite jarring in trailers, but you know, trailers are edited different than the movie. Hopefully, the editing,
Very
makes
true.
more sense with the dialogue in the movie. But if it was, it would be Marvel's first really big blunder, at least thematically on movies instead of cinematically rather. Because I mean, they do a lot of TV shows. Some of them aren't that good, but they're straying away from those TV shows more and more now. But hopefully, Captain Marvel's good, which I think it's gonna be fine.
Yeah, you mentioned TV shows. I just thought of an idea. I was thinking about this earlier that I hope in that support group we see maybe like Luke Cage or Matt Murdock at the support group, just like a little cameo, just to confirm that they're there. Just
That would be interesting, but I do think Disney's trying to distance themselves from those shows.
Yeah, unfortunately, but I just think that would be a cool nod. Anyways,
Maybe a poster with their face. Have you seen this guy? And their snap.
that would be cool. Yeah. Captain Marvel stars Brie Larson, Samuel L. Jackson, and Ben Mendelsohn. It's directed by Anna Boden and Ryan Fleck, and it comes out March 8th, just over a month away. All right, we're going to move on to our first full trailer that we got. We also got a TV spot for this movie, but a full trailer dropped the Friday before the Super Bowl, and that is for the official title is Fast and Furious Presents Hobbs and Shaw. Mike, give me your thoughts on the full trailer.
I actually really liked this trailer. Yet again, I have never seen a Fast and Furious movie all the way through, but this movie actually really caught my eye. I mean, the scene where they're on the elevator, that's hilarious. It's quite funny. I think it was cool. Makes me want to watch some of the Fast and Furious movies, but there's so many of them. I don't know if I'd be able to see them all in time. Even though this does come out in August, so maybe but I'd have to find them all. But it definitely caught my eye, which the other Fast and Furious movies didn't. So maybe I'll see it.
Yeah, if you want to talk Fast and Furious movies to watch, I would just say from Fast 5 onwards is really all you got to pay attention to, because that's when the franchise shifted into this action-heavy, unrealistic, almost superhuman genre, while the first 4 movies were more drag racing and robberies. Fast 5 is when we got into like the big action set pieces, and when it really transitioned into like a blockbuster, basically. Yeah, this trailer, I adored this trailer. I love Dwayne "The Rock" Johnson. I love how much passion he puts into all of his movies, and it seems like this movie is no different. I think it almost is on the verge of a buddy cop comedy. I wouldn't call it a comedy, but I think Jason Statham and The Rock are going to complement each other magnificently. We've seen The Rock have great chemistry with Kevin Hart in Central Intelligence. That movie, that chemistry is so good that they cast both of them in the Jumanji reboot. That was such a box office hit that they're making a sequel to that. Hobbs and Shaw with Statham and The Rock, I think they're going to complement each other greatly. Idris Elba as the villain, I think that's a great addition to the cast. And even though a lot of people are like, why does this exist? It exists because it's a cash grab, like, let's be real. But it does not seem like they're taking it too seriously, taking themselves too seriously. There's a difference. When they don't take the movie too seriously, that's when there's an issue. But if they don't take the script too seriously, that's when, it's more self-aware and it doesn't try to be something it's not. Some of the highlights from this trailer, I liked when they introduced them to be paired up, and they're like, this guy, like, I don't want to be with this guy. And the score overall going through with Why Can't We Be Friends, I thought that was greatly done. And yeah, Fast and Furious, Hobbs and Shaw, I'm excited for this movie.
Yeah, you know what? I am too. It actually looks really fun. A nice light movie